Good.
Kind of like Audrey, calling it a coffee bunch. I don't have water, so this could be rough. It's week 10 of spring quarter. We are so close to summer, it's crazy. All this whole year we've been going to class, studying, stressing out over just about everything for the past 224 days. I've counted. This has taken a toll on each and every one of us. Everyone is dealing with both internal and external issues that college life just comes with. For this and other reasons, such as large lectures and the amount of resources we have access to, I feel that attendance should not be mandatory in certain college classes. The trials that a daily college student has to go to makes college extremely difficult to go to. I mean, you guys have gone through your first and some second years, and it's hard. It's definitely not an easy thing. Yang from the Journal of Counseling and Development stated that the majority of college freshmen do not have a successful system for how to cope with their stress. This has then led to them feeling burnt out. This burnout feeling makes people question a lot of things, like, is all of this really worth it? Do I really belong here? What's going on? And I feel that everyone in this room has felt that at some point this year. And if you haven't, please tell me what you did, because I didn't know. Yang also describes this as the shutdown point. And Nurka Project from the Croatian Medical Journal studied college students in Croatia at a similar shutdown point and realized that common cases usually last 1 to 4 weeks. And at a difficult school that is on the quarter system, this seems just about impossible to recover from. With resources that we have available to us as college students, this is actually doable without having that sense of motivation and going to class and putting effort into our work. As you all know, the internet is a really powerful tool. Like that one Microsoft commercial says, you have more power at your fingertips than generations have had before you. A lot of classes now are starting to move towards a more online approach, where they're doing announcements, turning in assignments, and even tests and quizzes online. And whether or not that you're doing an assignment online or it's something you're turning in the next day, Google or YouTube knows the answer if you don't. And from there, you can learn from it and teach yourself. This new one-to-one technology to student ratio has really added a lot of flexibility into kids' schedules and has let them live a more free life and become more independent, according to Allison Rossett from TD Education. At this rate, every class will soon be doing just about everything online. And this will give kids their own flexibility to do things on their own time. And Scott Sanders from the Journal of Social Work and Education said that this makes students more efficient and helps them retain information much better. Now, I understand that the internet is super important and we couldn't get through college without it. But there are also other resources that we can use to make getting a degree a lot easier, because that's what we're all here for. Friends, office hours, drop-in study groups are all different things that colleges provide for us. A main part of college is making friends, and having friends in your classes is super important. This allows you to create a system where you guys can share notes. Sometimes you go to class, sometimes you go to class, whatever, you figure it out, you do homework together. Reiko Nakamura of the Asian Journal of Social Psychology states that students, when working together, is actually more beneficial because they can teach each other sometimes better than the teacher can teach them because of the one-on-one interaction. If you don't have friends in your classes, you can look for a study group that the school has put on. A lot of math classes here do that. And if there is no study group, say for a class like this, because you want to pass all those PowerPoint quizzes, I understand, make new friends, broaden your horizons, and make study groups throughout there so you can work outside of class. And worst comes to worst, go to office hours, because your instructor at the end of the day is still an expert in the subject. And I understand it seems like I'm just kind of bashing on every class that, oh, you don't have to go, it's not that important, you can get through it. But that's not the case. Other than big GEs and certain classes that really just aren't worth your time, you can learn it all in a night. Martha Bleeker of the Journal of Educational Psychology stated that math and science cannot be mastered teaching yourself. She basically stated that this differs heavily from every other class because the actual process of writing out problems and using critical thinking to solve them helps your brain development other than anything else that you can take. There are exceptions outside of just like these STEM major classes and stuff like that, because Chris Spera from the International Journal of Education stated that when students have interest in their classes, they are 50% more motivated than classes that they're not interested in. And this is really helpful to think like once a student really knows what they want to do, they're going to be way more motivated once they get to do it. But at a school like Cal Poly, it gets really difficult because when we all applied, we had to apply for a specific major. And some of us didn't know what we wanted to do, kind of like me, and now you have to feel everything out and try to maybe switch majors. At the end of the day, this whole idea revolves around the student being responsible for themselves. We're adults, and therefore we can make our own decisions about what we need to do in order to be successful in our lives. The fact of the matter is that if you feel that your time is more valuable outside of class teaching yourself than actually sitting in a lecture, why not skip the class? And for all the reasons I've stated, I feel that attendance in college classes should not be mandatory and should not have negative effects on the student's grade.